For a fast-growing city like Lagos, expansion of critical infrastructure must be constant for it to sustain its mega-city status and cater for the growing number of people flocking the center of excellence. From road infrastructure to hospitals, schools, houses, and sports facilities, the state government is striving to ensure that the required development indices are expanded to sustain growth. As part of these developmental efforts, the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is set to deliver to the state Africa's largest food logistics park. Welcome to Inside Lagos, where we track developments and activities that make Lagos the center of national and global attraction. I'm Adedoja Salam Adeniyi. Welcome to the show. The governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has flagged off construction of Africa's largest food logistics park in Ketu-Ereyun-Epe area of the state. At the event, Governor Sanwo-Olu said the Lagos State Food Security Systems and Central Logistics Hub will be standing on 1.2 million square meters of land. Have a listen.
Food and Agriculture Organization, a United Nations agency report, warns on the impacts of climate change on food security and advised countries, states and cities to embrace fresh thinking and technology in ensuring food security for their citizenry. More so in the face of fresh challenges in food production occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Lagos State government is not taking this with kid gloves. In furtherance of its great stride in agricultural best practices to ensure food security, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu flags off the Food Security and Safety Hub. This, he said, would create wealth and feed millions.
Lagos is about the audacity to think. Lagos is about the audacity to imagine it and to make it happen. It's not just by sheer coincidence that we pride ourselves as the largest economy, as the largest city in Africa. We also need to be able to pride ourselves to do the biggest and the largest conception of ideas in our continent. I'm indeed very, very happy and excited that all of us are witnessing this gigantic project here today. And we'll have the following components. It will have aggregation of large storage facility, administrative buildings, trading and brokerage facilities, packing facilities, processing facility, cold chain, dry food chain facilities, logistics and trailer parks. It will have a massive water treatment plant, health center, fire station. It will also have an abattoir and a lineage, among a lot of other facilities that will be here. This project, when fully implemented, will indeed be a landmark that all of us will be truly proud of. When it's completed, the hub will create wealth for almost 5 million people. It will feed close to 10 million Lagosians, and it will guarantee food supply for at least 90 days for up to 5 million people. It will have the capacity to have storage facility for about 1,500 trucks per day. The services of thousands of operators per annum processing the large commercial transactions on these premises. This project will provide and improve productivity. It will guarantee greater returns for our farmers by cutting out several layers of middlemen. It will facilitate and improve access to modern processing and packaging services for our farmers. It will generate useful data for the use of government and government agencies. It will be a major connection between the private sector players between multinational agencies, both local and international. In addition, this hub will provide a better buying experience for all of our consumers. It will help to achieve a reduction in logistics costs while guaranteeing the standardization of quality and quantity of various agricultural products. And therefore, I boldly say that this is one of the most important agricultural interventions that we have seen in this country. The fact that it is taking place in Lagos, the most populous and the fastest growing economy in the entire subnational of Africa, means that it is bound to have a significant national, regional, and continental impact in our country and in Africa.
Upon completion, the Food Security Systems and Central Logistics Hub will unleash the huge potential in both the midstream and downstream sectors of the agricultural and food sector. This project will further reaffirm the state as the preferred market destination for agricultural produce along the West African corridor.
The Lagos State Food Security Systems and Central Logistics Hub will be standing on 1.2 million square meters of land. The governor affirmed that both Ekpe and Ikorodu divisions of the state before the end of the year would further witness various developmental projects, which includes inauguration of the motorized mill, Timberville for New Okobaba, among other ongoing projects in the area. Governor Sanwo-Olu also inspected the psychiatric hospital at Ketu, Ereyu, Ekpe, and some projects at the University of Science and Technology at Ikorodu, Itokin Road.
I want to congratulate you for supporting your entire management staff, the council, and all of the governing council of this university. You can see the building behind us. This is your Senate admin block that has reached about 60 to 70% completion. By the grace of God, before the end of next year, they should complete this building and they should hand it over. Outside of this building, we're also planning to build another 750-seater lecture theater. Thank you. You have also identified student accommodation. So on a PPP model like we have done in LASUED, where we're building about 8,000, we'll be building about 5,800 for student accommodation in the University of Science and Tech here in Ikorodu. We will buy before the end of September that your buses will be here. The second request is that you want the government to renovate your student arcade. Abi student union building. If you go to LASUED, LASUED has the biggest student union building in this country. LASUED has the biggest student union building in this country. So be patient with me. We'll first renovate the current one, but we'll take time to come and build a purpose building for your student union. But we'll come and renovate the first one that you're currently using. So we'll come and do it. Okay? Your third request is, which is very laudable, you want a sporting complex. Let me tell you that we're concurrently building 8 mini stadia in Lagos. Whereas one we're building at Ibobo in Ikorodu here. But because I'm inside your campus, I will work with the office of SGD and we'll see how we can very quickly bring a small sporting complex into your university. So we'll do that, as well. You talked about school fees, that you want to come back and do your BSc degree. There is no truth in that information. It's all speculative yet. There's nothing. This university have not mentioned to me or anybody that this is the school fees they want to charge. It's not true, right? Let it happen first and let me take charge. It has not happened, so there's nothing like that. Don't throw any figure in the air. There's nothing like that. So I want you to kulu. Sanwo-Olu lele, ìtẹ̀síwájú lele, jọmọ àti
deputy lele, Sanwo-Olu lele, yeah. Okira for Sanwo-Olu, ati deputy wa Hamzat.
Lagos State government is not relenting on its transportation reforms and strategies to bring sanity on its roads and make movements around the mega city safer and faster. As part of these efforts, the state government has extended the ban on commercial motorcycles, popularly called Okada, in 4 local government areas and 6 local council development areas of the state. The extension is the phase 2 of the planned total ban on Okada operations in the state, and it will take effect from the 1st of September 2022.
They are like bees in a honeycomb. Their activities have been a cause for worry for residents and the government, especially high increase in accidents and robbery. And now, the Lagos State government says the reduction in Okada accidents since the ban of operations of commercial motorcycle in 6 local government areas and 9 local council development areas on the 1st of June is the reason to further extend to other parts of the state.
Number 1, Kuchofed local government with the following LCDAs: Ikusi Isheri LCDA and Agboiketu LCDA. Oshodi Solo local government with Isolo LCDAs and Ejibo LCDAs. Shomolu local government with Bariga LCDA. Ushi local government with Odi Olumo LCDA. From the 4th of September 2022, Okada will be banned in these 4 local government areas. The state government has directed the Nigerian Police Force and the Lagos Command with all relevant stakeholders, and this includes the Army, Navy, Air Force, and other security and law enforcement formations within the state, to be complemented by the anti-Okada squad that will be deployed to these new areas in a bid to simulate seamless implementation and enforcement of the phase 2 ban in the state. It is important to inform Lagosians that our helplines are still very active, as your feedback will further enhance our strategies, as also the protection of lives and property is a collective responsibility of all of us.
Lagosians should know that it's not only the person riding Okada who is guilty when you apply all these rules that we have mentioned, but the passenger himself is also liable.
If it can happen in Kano, I'm not convinced.
This new development was the major resolution of the Fresh Public Stakeholders Forum tagged Okada Ban, What Next?, which held on Tuesday, 16th August 2022. The lingering security challenges bedeviling the country at large is a major cause for the Okada ban in Lagos State. Report from the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority reveals accident rate as it relates to commercial motorcycles has reduced by 4%. That is, 68 accident cases were recorded in June 2022, as against 74 recorded in May. Also, report from the Ministry of Health confirms that accident rate as it relates to commercial motorcycles has reduced by 63.5% in all general hospitals across the state. That is, 176 accident cases were recorded in June as against 277 recorded cases in May this year.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has inaugurated a 250-seater lecture hall at the newly upgraded Lagos State University of Education at Ijaniki-Badagry division of the state. The new lecture hall was donated by the Oloto of Oto-Awori Kingdom, Oba Josiah Ile-Mobadiaino, to the university. Now let's share the details of the story with you.
Education is critical for development of any society. But experts have argued that private individuals and organizations must partner government to build the required education infrastructure. In Lagos, our traditional ruler is keen into this by complementing efforts of the state government to boost university education. As part of his 15th coronation anniversary, the Oloto of Oto-Awori Kingdom, Oba Josiah Ile-Mobadiaino, donated a 250-seater lecture hall to the newly upgraded Lagos State University of Education at Ijaniki-Badagry.
Lagos State University of Education.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who was in Oto-Awori to felicitate with the monarch on the coronation anniversary, was on hand to inaugurate the new lecture hall.
Àwọn méjèèjì wọ́n jọ gbé tira wọn padà lẹ́yìn ara wọn pọ̀ ìwé dára wọn. Ẹ wo bíríìjì káàkiri Èkó, ẹ wo títì káàkiri Èkó.
Governor Sanwo-Olu said the gesture is worth emulating, noting that the facility will complement others being built on the campus by the state government after it was upgraded from a college of education to a university. The governor explained the reason behind the decision to upgrade the Adeniran Ogunsanya College of Education and the Lagos State Polytechnic to universities, as one state university could no longer serve a big city like Lagos with a high population of young people.
You know that in the beginning of our administration, education and technology was a strong cardinal point of our deliverables. And we looked around and we said that if Alhaji Jakonde, over 40 years ago, can indeed set up the Lagos State University, which is just a few kilometers down here, LASUED, 40 years ago, that why should we not be able to replicate and do more as a government? Lagos, as big as we are, with our population, we know that only one state university doesn't fit us. And so with the Lagos State Cabinet, with the approval of the Lagos State House of Assembly, with the approval of the National University Commission, we set up 2 universities and we got approvals for the 2 at the same time. And so I'm happy that I am on the campus of the Lagos State University of Education here in Ijaniki Oto-Awori land.
Governor Sanwo-Olu said his administration has approved the construction of a 750-seater lecture theatre at the university and procurement of 2 high-capacity buses for students to aid their movement on campus. The governor also offered free campus-wide high-speed internet for research work and other academic activities for the university.
I greet all of the great students of this university, great Nigerian students, greatest students of the Lagos State University of Education, for the greatest and the greatest and the greatest and the greatest. They asked for me to build Student Union Arcade and to give them buses, and I approved. So today, it is your own turn. We will build the Student Union Arcade for you. We will also purchase, because we've promised them 2 brand new luxury buses. We will also purchase the same for the students of this university as well. Because we believe that this is the least we can do for you. This is how we can indeed begin to ensure that your tomorrow will be better than today. And we also want to ensure that you have internet access on campus here. And I will ensure and I will go back and be sure that the internet connectivity here at the university is second to none. So my great university students, it's your day, and I'm happy that as we are doing it in our university in Ikorodu, we're also doing it in our university in Ijaniki, in Otoawori land. You can see that the alignment is there.
Governor Sanwo-Olu used the occasion to appeal for peace in the area and congratulated Oba for the milestone attained during his reign.
I'm happy that this KBAC is a KBAC that is worthy of emulation. It's a KBAC amongst KBACs. It's a KBAC that is true to his word. And it's a KBAC that wants peace, tranquility amongst his citizens and his neighbors. And so, it is worthy. And that's why I've come here to identify with him, to identify with the entire Badagry division, and more importantly, to identify with our Awori sons and daughters. Because indeed, we believe that whatever we do in the state, we need to put Awori and Awori land right in front of every interventions that we have. And so I'm indeed excited that I've come to felicitate with you today, to say to you that your government will do everything to ensure that the real dividends of democracy comes to your land. We're not just doing development in other parts of the country or the state. We're ensuring that development is also coming to Badagry division. If you go to Badagry town, there are roads that we're building there. There's hospital that we're built there. There's housing estate we're built there. If you go to Ojo, there's hospital that we're building there. There are roads that we're building there. From Kemberi to Old Navy Town, to Guba Marua, to Badagry Express Road that will be getting to Okokomaiko very soon. But more importantly, I want to assure you that the blue line that is ending at Mile 2 is eventually coming to Okokomaiko.
Oba said his decision to support government's intervention in education was born out of his pledge to assist indigent people achieve their dream of getting education. No doubt, collaboration like this are required to boost education in the state.
If you reach Lagos, better life for Lagos, better hope for Lagos, oh, better day for Lagos, yeah. Reach Lagos, better life for Lagos, better hope for Lagos, better day for Lagos, yeah. Better Lagos, oh, you, oh, you, you want to speak Lagos, oh, you, oh, you want to better Lagos, oh, you, oh, you want to speak Lagos, oh, you.
When publicly spirited individuals partner government on developmental efforts, the society would definitely be better for it. Do not relent to offer your own contributions in your own little way to making Lagos a bigger, better and safer city to live in. That's all we have for you on this episode of Inside Lagos. Thank you for being a part of it. I'm Adedoja Salam Adeni. See you next time.